want something new.
What's up guys, it's Jason here and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Blue Light Kmart Special. In our video today, we are going to head towards the light. Not to disappoint you, but not the light at the end of the tunnel or some heavenly light leading us to illumination, but the blue shopping light of Kmart. This famous light in its day was the Blue Light Special and was one of the major innovative ideas that distinguished Kmart from the others in a commercial shopping pack. Today we're going back to the memories of where Martha Stewart used to live, the giant powerful mass market retail chain which was brought down to its knees by Target and Walmart. Is Kmart still around today? You might not have seen the big K in your local neighborhood, so today I'll be giving you the update on what's going on with Kmart in 2021 and 2022. I guarantee you'll learn something new that you didn't know before and bring you down memory lane. But before we begin, if you wouldn't mind just tapping that like button for the YouTube algorithm, I'd really appreciate it, as this is a brand new channel I started this year. If you'd ever been to Kmart before back in the day, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for new videos each week. Thanks for doing that, and now let's continue on with the rise and fall of Does Kmart Still Exist? Kmart Company Man Summary. There's plenty of Kmart history videos, so I'm not going to reinvent the wheel with Kmart's history. Rather, I'll keep it short with what's already been made, and then update you with what's going on in the future and current day. One of my favorite YouTubers produced a YouTube video walking us down the retail aisles of Kmart. The genesis of this company and its founder were spotlighted, along with its rise as a major shopping experience for customers. Added to the video presentation were the impressive facts that at one time, Kmart was second in retail sales, with Sears being number one. Along with an education of Debt to Equity 101, we learned that Kmart eventually plotted down the path of dinosaurs due to competition and its choice or inability to keep up with evolutionary retail dynamics. As we continue following the radiance of the blue light, it is always interesting to note and pause in the glow of memories that viewers experienced with Kmart. One specific memory was in relation to the blue light specials at Kmart. This innovative marketing technique would alert on-site customers who would purposely extend their shopping time just to see what was on sale. One such family kiddingly told their child, when they asked where they came from, would respond that he or she was a blue light special.
Met my wife Sue at Kmart. She used to wait on me at Kmart. She's my blue light special.
When I went to Kmart for the last time, I literally only saw one customer, and I agree, it was so depressing and quiet. It was eerie. As my father always told me when I asked where I came from, "You were a blue light special at Kmart." Too bad I can't use that line on my kids. Kmart is doing really well in Australia right now. Kmart bankruptcy again. So, what has been happening with the Big K these last 3 years? In a simple word, decline. Business had become so bleak that Sears had merged with Kmart back in 2004 to become a new retail company and announced the grim news of 142 store closures in October 2018. 63 of those stores were Kmart retail operations, with the remainder being Sears department stores. In addition to this bleak announcement of additional store closures, Sears Holdings announced that they would be filing for protection under Chapter 11 bankruptcy on October 2018. The following month, 80 additional stores, 37 being Kmart stores, were identified for closure. One by one, remaining stores, lined up like dominoes ready to fall, met their demise in a number of states. When it was all said and done, in 2018, there was only one store in the states of Missouri, South Dakota, Nebraska, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Perhaps a TV series could have emerged entitled The Last Store Standing. Kmart in 2019, more closures and bankruptcy round 2. After this wave of closures, and when the carnage dust settled in early January of 2019, only 202 Kmarts remained, and only 223 Sears stores were open for business. The majority of these stores remained open in highly populated cities along the two coastlines of the continental United States. An added dramatic event happened in mid-January of 2019 as Sears Holdings saw the writing on the wall and began the process of filing for Chapter 7. Remember, there is a huge difference between Chapter 11 and Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Chapter 11 is a reorganization, so you plan on coming back. On the other hand, Chapter 7 is a liquidation bankruptcy. That means game over. So if the company decides to file for a Chapter 7, they'll have to sell their assets to pay as many creditors as possible and then shut down for good. In bankruptcy court, the presiding judge ruled that the company needed to try and work out a fresh deal with Eddie Lampert to avert the liquidation from happening. In true dramatic style, a deal was reached at the last-minute business bewitching hour that reflected a total of 400 Sears and Kmarts still in business. Billionaire Eddie Lampert was the former chief executive officer and board chair of Sears Holdings. The new deal was announced on January 19, 2019, and 5 days later, a group of unsecured creditors, including Simon Property Group, submitted a legal motion with the bankruptcy court to negate or basically cancel the deal reached with Eddie Lampert. The motion asserted that Lampert was actively participating in serial asset stripping to the detriment of landlords and suppliers. The motion further asked the court that the liquidation be allowed so that the existing creditors would be able to recoup their losses and the money that was owed. There was a lot of drama back and forth. Finally, in early 2019, a U.S. bankruptcy judge ruled in favor of the sale of Sears Holdings to Edward Lampert. This allowed for the remaining stores to continue business operations, and of course, the losers in this deal were the suppliers, pensioners, employees, landlords, the U.S. government, and other creditors. Kmart under new management in 2021 and 2022. Well, kinda. Alright, get your scorecard ready, because we have a new player coming in. Following the financial deal struck with Lampert, a new company emerged and was legally named Transform Holdco, or, wait for it, the new Sears. Very original, right? This new company obtained some of the assets of Sears Holdings Corporation. The chairman of Transform Holdco? Meet Mr. Eddie Lampert again. Yes, the same Edward S. Lampert from before. And so it seems that the survival of 202 remaining Kmarts and its assets on the surface occurred when Sears Holding Company was purchased by the new Sears or Transform Holdco. When the smoke and mirrors were put down, all of this did not stop the financial bleeding, and further, Kmart store closures were announced in August 2019. 4 stores were slated to be shuttered over the next 3 months. At the end of August, the explosion of store closures went from 4 to the announcement of 77 Kmarts identified as being put on the chopping block. Rounding out the carnage of the Kmart brand was the expectation that by January 2020, there would be an approximately 100 additional stores closed. One by one, all across the nation, Kmart continued to decrease its presence in a variety of communities. So, is Kmart still in business today? Is there any Kmarts left in the United States? Sadly, the blue light has significantly dimmed. There are conflicting reports, and one major business magazine re-estimates the correct number of Kmart stores in 2021 located in the continental United States earlier this year to hover around 43 stores. An expert in bankruptcies described Kmart as a slow-motion liquidation. In August 2021, the New York Times listed the number of Kmart stores at only 17, with 6 left as of December 2021. So, how many Kmarts will there be in 2022? Well, you can probably count that on one hand at this point. Talk about dying from a million cuts. By the way, if you've been to Australia, you might have seen some Kmarts around. Just so you know, it's completely unrelated to the company in the United States. Although the two have the same name and very, very similar branding, the two Kmarts have nothing to do with each other. Did you know that? Retail lessons for Kmart in 2022. What happened? At one time, Kmart operated proudly and successfully in over 2,100 markets across the 50 states in the US. There are a variety of reasons as to what can be written on the tombstone preparation of Kmart. Recorded would be its birth in 1962 and its gradual death beginning in 1990. It was at this time that Walmart began to surge and overtake Kmart in profitability and total sales. As much as it may seem hard to believe, Walmart was able to provide quality services and products to its customers at a lower price than which Kmart was able to offer. Also, Kmart did not reinvest in itself or its physical appearance. Their business treadmill was collecting dust, and their stationary bicycle was only used to hang clothes on. The store floors were neglected and became dirtier, the product shelves became empty, and their customer service was extremely poor. They had neglected themselves so much that even the registers glowed green because they were outdated. Kmart had gone from blue in innovation to ugly green in infrastructure to red in the accounting ledgers. Eventually, good afternoon, Kmart shoppers became goodbye, Kmart shoppers, as consumers began to migrate to Target and Walmart for their purchases. The bottom retail lessons to learn from the rise and decline of Kmart and its infamous blue light is that it is all about the customer. As the saying goes, if the customer ain't happy, then nobody is happy. Perhaps the anticipated graveside marker could also read, Kmart is remembered for not remembering its customers. And so, it would appear that Kmart is on life support. Would the last Kmart remaining please turn off the blue light when leaving? So, with that said, thank you so much for watching my video. There was a significant amount of shopping that went into making this video possible. If you haven't seen already, check out my Hamburger Insight YouTube series or the rise and fall of Zillow. As always, stay happy and healthy and stay tuned for another episode of Company Insights next week.